Hey makers, I'm happy to announce that I am starting my new model-driven PowerX training program from this Monday. It's a weekday training program which is Monday, Wednesday and Friday evening 4:30 to 6:30 p.m. Now, first of all, let me walk you through what I'm going to cover in this entire model-driven app training program. This entire training program is a paid PowerX training program, and basically it is intermediate level to pro code developer program. Now, before you enroll into this program, you should have some of the prerequisites to be fulfilled. Number one prerequisite is you should have some basic knowledge of Canvas application and you should have some basic knowledge of jQuery. jQuery is very important for model driven application because in this particular program, couple of classes are there. We are going to use jQuery, and I'm not expecting jQuery in a very advanced way. I just expect you should have some sort of basic knowledge of jQuery. Like you should be able to know what is selector, how to write selector. Let's say for an example, if you want to write any kind of event, how you can write into jQuery. That kind of basic knowledge you should require over there. Second is you should also need to have some sort of basic knowledge of C#, and you should know or you should work with Visual Studio with your previous experience. Okay. In case if you don't know jQuery and maybe C# or Visual Studio code, maybe it is possibility that we have total 15 different classes over there. Out of them 3 to 4 classes are there only where we require this particular thing. Maybe you will be able to pick up this thing from the class itself, or maybe you can learn it later as well. It's totally up to you. But here as a trainer, we are recommending that if you have that knowledge, that should be great so that you can pick up the things faster, because jQuery is again another big language that something we cannot be able to cover up fully into this particular program. So as a prerequisite, we are expecting from you that you should at least know some sort of basics of it. Okay, if you don't know, that's fine as well. Like 3 to 4 classes are around that. Maybe you can attend it and maybe you think that okay, now I want to learn it, you can learn it later as well. Okay, but it's totally up to you. And again, as I'm saying, the level of this training program is starting from intermediate to pro code. Okay, so here some sort of code involvement will be there. It's not like straightforward like a Canvas application that we will build end to end entirely without code. Okay, here some sort of code will be there, so make sure about that. Now let me talk about the course curriculum over here. So basically we will start our journey first with the introduction class of the model driven application. We'll talk about what is model driven, why we should use model driven, what are the use cases around that. We will talk about that in the class number 1. Then we will start our journey with data model design with model driven application, and we will start to explore the Dataverse. So class number 2 and 3 is more about data model and Dataverse in depth for model driven application. Then in class number 4, we will start our actual model driven app development over here. So we will talk about some real life project definition, we will build the data model, we will talk about the licensing, we will also talk about what are the different components of model driven app. So for model driven app, what kind of studio we are using and what are the things available over there for use. We will talk about those things in depth into this particular class. After that, class number 6 and class number 7, where we are going to use JavaScript or jQuery over here, where we are going to build our form with some sort of validation and some sort of event, and we will talk about how you can inject jQuery within your model driven application and what are the use cases or problem statement you can solve over that. So we'll talk about that in class number 6 and 7. Then class number 8 and 9 is all about business process flow inside the model driven application. So business process flow again provide you great feature in model driven app and many use cases and problems you can solve with that. So we will talk about that in detail in class number 8 and 9. After that, we will be talking about Canvas page integration in the model driven application. So it's a fusion development where we will integrate our Canvas with model driven app over here. Apart from that, we'll talk about some more pro code thing over here, like customizing the command bar, plugins, workflow, action and all. At last, we will talk about security and solution deployment as well in detail over here. So this is the full-fledged training program that I have designed for you guys. So if you are keen and if you are interested to enroll into that, please, link is available in the description box. Do check it out over there. And if you want the same schedule on your WhatsApp, the link is also available in the description box. You can just click on that and you will get the this PDF into your WhatsApp. You can look out in more detail over there. Apart from that, for any queries and inquiry, the number mentioned in the description box, please feel free to reach out to us. So only 5 days to start for this particular training program. So make sure you do your enrollment as soon as possible. So see you all on the new training program starting from 24th of February 2025. So with that, this is Dhruvin signing off. See you in the next session with some amazing content.